Good morning. Got another early one. Also a colder one. 55 degrees down here. I start off as usual with the Tiki ring toss game. I did look this up. If you think about it, the ring has to go to the side of the hook somehow and then kind of swing back and go. I just don't really know how to get it to do that. Maybe you swing out. Ooh, right? That's not bad. At least it went behind the hook. I don't know. Anyway, going to start out with some stretching and then get on the recumbent bike. Today is a legs and lower back workout. So let's get started. All right, I just got done stretching my back. I didn't show that. You don't need to hear me moaning and groaning. I mean, my back really cracks. My upper back, stretched out my neck a little bit, just using the foam roller. I said today's a leg day, but every day I've been starting out with stretching my hamstrings. So I have bad knees. I've been trying to kind of rehab for quite a while. What I think I've found out, or just doing my own research, there's a lot of different things that can contribute to bad knees. A couple of them, or one is having tight hamstrings, and you'll see in a minute. I'm just going to try to do like a what do you call it? I don't know, hamstring stretch. I can't really go very far. My hamstrings and my lower back are very tight. The other thing is weak or like underdeveloped quads. And I have both of those issues. The quads, because of my knees, I haven't been doing, pushing myself on leg day. So really focusing first on stretching my hamstrings. I saw a product online. I ended up just making my own version. What it is, just two pieces of wood with a piece of string in between, or rope. So you just put one end on your, behind your feet, and with this end, you can just kind of you roll it up on the string, and it pulls you forward. It's just a way to give you that extra tension to force yourself to stretch a little bit. And I really cannot even like I couldn't touch my toes, but I just kind of stretch this and kind of really relax, which is probably going to be harder to do while I'm talking, but I just kind of really lean into it, and I can feel the tension in my hamstrings, and mostly in my hamstrings. But if I just sit this way for a few minutes, I can kind of feel my hamstrings relaxing a little bit, and then I can roll this a little bit more to give myself a little bit more of a stretch. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this stretch up, and then I will meet you over at the recumbent bike. So I think having the camera angle up, the camera up higher, looking down, is better. The lights weren't as distracting in yesterday's video. And my apologies, I am covered in dog hair. I noticed that actually in yesterday's video. I wear black a lot. I have a lot of black clothes. And I sat on the couch this morning and I got dog hair like all over me. I lint brushed my shirt, but then now this sweat jacket has hair all over it. So, yeah, it's what you gonna do, right? Anyway, like I said, today's a leg and lower back workout. I don't push as hard as I've just been discussing with my knees. You know, I'll get there. I really think my hamstrings are the issue, and if I can take two or three times during the day to stretch. I hope that that helps. So really not much else going on. Oh, my weigh-ins. I didn't talk. I don't think I mentioned this yesterday. So what's today? Thursday, right? So Tuesday morning I weighed 184. Yesterday I weighed 180, and then again today I weighed 180. Yesterday I was getting a lot of food cravings. I kind of snacked on some chips we had around, and so I wasn't really expecting to lose weight, but to stay the same is good. I'm active. We're really busy at work right now. I guess a lot of people, take a time off work for the holiday and stuff like that for Christmas. So we're busy. It's good. So I'm active. I just gotta watch the holiday junk food, right? Keep it to a minimum. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna focus on warming up. It's colder down here. It's definitely getting colder. Just really want to get the blood flowing and get warmed up, and then take this dog hair jacket off. So I will see you once I start lifting. All right, I just got done my warm up. I ended up doing 10 minutes on the recumbent bike. It just felt good, and I just wanted to get the blood flowing more and get warmed up more, and that was great. Then my plan was to just up it to do 10 minutes on the rowing machine. But I got to around like the 7 minute, 7.5 minute mark, and I started feeling something in my left knee. I don't really want to call it pain, more like just discomfort, kind of like, what is that going on? So I stopped there. So I don't know. I'm just gonna see how this workout goes. My first set of three exercises, I was gonna start on the vertical leg press. We have our spotter here, Buddy, named by my granddaughter, so that name sticks forever. Buddy's a little gorilla that looks like he's sleeping, and half the time when I'm doing this, he falls on top of me, but that's what he's my spotter. I was gonna take, so I've got two plates on each side. I don't know if you can see that, but I was gonna take the plates off, but it's a pain to do that. So I'm probably just gonna do 10 reps. I think I was doing close to like 20 reps on that. But also, don't know if you can tell, but like this area, like I've got more greenery around here. Like I like this. This is kind of like the vibe I was going for down here, where it's like you can almost like not the machinery is like kind of tucked behind plants and things like that. Like you can't really like. I'd love to get a lot more of that down here. Anyway, just a quick side note. Then I'm going to do. I think I'll do this second. This is a multi-hip machine. You know, I'm probably gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna do glutes, right? Which is that like kind of leg extension behind first. I don't know if I'm gonna do any other. There's a lot of different exercises you can do for your hips on this. But I'm gonna start out with glutes, and then I'm gonna move over here to do seated calf raises. So yeah, didn't pre-plan this. The last 2 days, I kind of thought out my exercises. I did not for today, so I'm gonna play around with the camera angles. Hopefully everything is in the shot. But all right, so I'm gonna start out with leg press, and as I mentioned, see if Buddy falls on top of me. So Okay. That felt all right. I didn't really feel any that same discomfort in my left knee, but I don't want to push it. So, also, I'm putting my hands on my thighs, my quads. When I'm doing that, I am pushing slightly with my hands, but I feel like it's just more for psychological support, I guess. Just with my knees the way they are, I just kind of want my hands there. If all of a sudden I feel something and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, let's, yeah. Anyway, so that's why I'm doing that. But I do feel it in my quads, so that's good. So like I said, for this, I'm going to do glutes. This dial is not mounted properly, so it's not quite centered. Gotta fix that someday. So, like I said, this is a kind of a glute focused. Once again, that's the machine, not me. I don't know what number I'm on, but is that 20? I don't know. I think it was probably close. So this is the floor is not level here, and every time this thing rocks, I think is where that creaking is coming in. So, yeah, on my list of things to level equipment, and you know what I mean, but it's usable, so. Don't remember it making quite that much noise before. But I feel like this thing actually moves around while we use it. It doesn't. It's just not. Yeah. Maybe I'll reposition that on the next rounds. Okay, moving on to seated calf raise. Okay. The video just stopped because my memory card was full. Got to remember to delete files off the camera every day or get a bigger card. So anyway, back to where we were. Seated calf raise. I love working calves. I really do. I really like this machine. There's a couple variations to these calf raise machines. This is the second one I've had. Probably going to be hard. This reverse hyper is probably in the way, so you can't even really see what I'm talking about. But the weights are loaded out here, and they've got this arm that goes back. The first type of machine I had, the seat was fixed. It was on a separate. It was mounted separately than the arm. So, in other words, your seat stayed perfectly still, and you were just raising and lowering the weight with your calves. This machine, the seat is actually connected to the bar that goes out, so your whole your whole body moves with it, and I like this so much better. I do feel like it probably doesn't isolate your calves quite as much because you can kind of use your body to get the momentum and movement going. It also has this handle which you can kind of pull on to assist yourself, but it just feels like I'll show you a couple variations. With how you can do it while you're working out. So you got the support bar. You move out of the way. So I would usually just start out with trying to keep my upper body straight. All right. So all I'm really doing is using my calves to raise the weight. Not trying to use or have my upper body help in any way. So I don't know how many that is. Let's say that's 10, right? Then from here, I can rock my body with it, which feels like, I'm getting almost like an assistance to the calf raise. And then, as you start to fatigue, you can pull on this. Oof. Oh man, when you when you work your calves, you really do, like, it hurts. Oh man, you hit that point. The only really only problem with this setup is that, like, you have to this bracket holds the weight and it's in the up position, so you have to finish in the up position and get this back to support. I mean, you could just fail and let it drop and then pick it up afterward and like re-rack it or whatever, but it's just that extra little last. That's also kind of a downside. Another downside is that you as you're doing the reps, you're thinking to yourself, can I get one more? And am I going to be able to rack this thing, right? So you might stop short when you actually could maybe do another rep. So I don't know. Anyway, whew. That hurts. That hurts. All right, I'm going to get a drink of water and then come back for round 2. All right, I'm going to move Buddy because he really looks like he's about to fall. I'm going to have him sit over here with this other gorilla. Yeah, he's just chilling out on top of the reverse hyper. That's how you guys like there. So there, you guys can just chill out together. Okay, so round 2. Kind of wish I had lightened this, but let's also realize I'm not coming all the way down. This has a support plate here, and I noticed I was probably stopping a good 2 inches above that. But again, I feel like that's going to put more pressure on my knees. So we will work toward that in the future. Let me see if this. Can't move this machine. I don't know if that's going to help. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I do realize what makes these videos so long and kind of monotonous is doing higher reps, right? So doing 20 reps on every exercise, or not, not every exercise, but it just lengthens each set, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm having fun recording this stuff. So if anybody's watching this, thank you. Okay. Didn't hear that noise that I heard the first round, so just the weights banging around. Okay. Calf raises. I realize I don't have any isolateral leg equipment. I do know they make leg extension machines that you can do, your legs individually. Actually, okay, that's isolateral, right? The hip multi-hip machine, because you're doing one leg at a time. So yeah, I guess I do have that. I don't really know. Do they have a isolateral leg press? I mean, you could do individual legs, you just lighten the load. Could do on the vertical leg press, or this is a leg press hack squat combo. I talked about this in my gym tour video that I think I'm going to get rid of this. I think I'm going to sell this. I prefer the vertical leg press, and I don't know, just the angle of this for like hack squat and even leg press doesn't feel the greatest. So I feel like it's just taking up room. That is another thing that like with yesterday with the lat pull down machine I have, that I wanted to see if I stop using it, do I miss it? So far, I haven't really missed this at all. So that's probably an indication to move on, right? Okay. I also like doing calf raises on the vertical leg press. You can't really do it on this. I mean, I could. I used to put like a 2x4 there to give my heels some room to flex more, but it's not really built for calf press. So I might after this. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I'll do next. Actually, for right now, I'm just going to keep moving. Just going to go right into my next round. All right. glad I'm not feeling any discomfort in my knee. So maybe it was just with the rowing, the repetitive pushing motion. But so I think I got 3 sets of 12 on that. Not a ton, but I feel it. I feel it in my quads, so that's good. Okay. One more set of these. One thing with these I keep forgetting is that, like, I want the weight to start. I want the arm to start out high, so that I already have tension on it when I'm like here. But I feel like I start mentally thinking of pressing down, which is going to work the glutes. But I'd rather get my leg back. Ow, that hurt. I'd rather get my leg back, more. So I when I think of it, I'd rather do more of a front to back motion than an up and down motion. I don't know if that makes any sense, but already. I would even think of investing in a nicer machine, a nicer multi-hip machine, because I really do like this. My wife uses this a lot. I think I bought this for like $30 or $40. It works, it gets the job done, and it's not a big footprint. Some of these machines are pretty big. They take up a lot of room. So for the time being, that's gonna be our machine. I'm also getting warm, so time to get rid of the sweatshirt. Where am I? Yeah, you see it? King of the Jungle. Oh, King of the Jungle Gym. Sorry, it was very fitting. Fitting for me anyway. And black. This is the shirt I lint brushed, and still see dog hair on me. If I do hip thrusts, I'll show you the machine over there. We have so my basement steps, just dog hair, right? It goes under the door, and it like the steps don't have they're open kind of like, and then it collects on the pad of my hip thrust machine, which is under the stairs. Kind of gross, but oh well. Okay. definitely assisting those more. Also, the first bunch of reps, I don't know if you saw, I was putting my hands on my calves. I don't know. Some exercises I like that. You feel the muscle contracting, and that would be another maybe elephant in the room that I have no mirrors down here. I know that mirrors are like, right after flooring, mirrors are the next thing people put up, and I don't have any mirrors down here. And it's kind of on purpose. I just don't, I'm not looking for a mental connection with my muscles. I'm not looking to it kind of takes you out of body. I don't know if that makes any sense. You're looking at yourself, and I feel like I'd rather just feel it internally, like really be internal, mind to muscle, not mind to mirror, I guess. I don't know. Not saying I won't ever put mirrors down here. I know that that's a big thing for a lot of people. A lot of people, like would have to have that in their gym. But so far, it's working okay for me without it. Anyway, I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure out a good camera angle to get 3 more exercises in here, and then I will be back. All right, so the next exercises I'm going to do are, this is the leverage machine that I do a sort of pendulum squat on. I've got this set up, put this crossbar on, this pad that I bought to replace the other pad. This is the pad that came with it. It's just pretty small and thin. This one is a little bit better. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to do leg extensions on this machine. I prefer leg extensions on the Titan plate loaded. But again, I'm trying to get the camera angles and just get a couple exercises in each thing. And it's already 5 after 6. And I'm really, really busy today with work. So like, I feel like I might even be stopping at like 6:45. So not going to be doing as much today as I have the last couple days. But so I'm down here and I'm doing it. So I don't know if you can even see this down here, right at the bottom. It's got two foot plates, which is really for like a low row, right? Using the low cable. I think what I'm going to do is see if I can put a board across here, like a piece of plywood or something. I can get my feet up higher and make this actually more or closer to a pendulum squat. But it feels pretty good right now. Not doing a lot of weight. And it's awkward getting into this. I mean, the benefit of a pendulum squat is that it's made for, like, you can start in the upright position, right? You kind of lift off, and there's usually some handle that disengages or moves out of the way to allow you to then squat. So you're starting in the up position. Here, I have to start in the down position because there's no way I could pull any of these pin. I can't reach it. If I'm starting up, I can't reach to pull the pin out. I can't reach far enough to do that. So, and this is not made for that. So, anyway, it works sort of, and I like it. So, anyway, I start out again. This is not a lot of weight at all. I was actually worried when I first did this that with me leaning back this far and the weight, that the whole machine was going to tip. But then I realized that the upper pulley actually goes up between joists. So it can't, even if it did tip, which I don't know if I can even get it to tip, it's not going to go anywhere. So anyway, let's see. What I really like is I kind of just slip out of this thing. I really like that I can go really, really deep. That's part of the problem. Like I can't squat all the way down just with my body weight. But I feel like this, with squatting on an angle like that, like you do with a pendulum squat, I don't know, it just feels better, and I get that really deep squat range of motion, which I think it's good for my knees. It doesn't hurt. It's just like I feel like I don't know, there's inflammation in my knees or just whatever, but yeah. So I preloaded this weight on the leg extension. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this, and the reason why, or one of the reasons, is so when I bought this machine, it's from somebody like about 20 minutes from here. I needed two carloads to bring this equipment. We took apart as much as we could. Pain in the butt to put back together. I don't even know if I did everything properly, because this leg pad, see, there's movement, probably good 3 or 4 inches before you even hit the tension, and so when you're doing the exercise, you can't get your legs back. I'd rather have the tension back further. Yeah. I mean, it even starts, you probably can't see it from this angle, but the knee, where you rest your knees on, basically, the back of your knees, is back further than your legs are, like where your feet are already. Like on the Titan plate loaded, you can adjust that and you can put it back pretty far. Anyway, this will work for now. These pads are cold. Again, I am not doing a lot of weight, but you can see, like right there, that's where it stops. And I don't even think my leg is making a 90-degree angle, but just enough to like feel it in my quads. After the last set, I went upstairs and went to the bathroom, and I did feel it in my legs when I was coming down, so that's a good sign. All right. That's good. Started to feel it. Okay. Losing momentum here. All right. Let's just go. I'm just going to keep going, I guess. Go right into round 2. I don't know. This might be the last round I do. I also have to do some lower back. I'm going to do on my the ab machine I used yesterday. Would be better if I didn't have to start like this, but I really like this movement. So it would be better if my feet, I think, were up higher. So if I had a platform here, that I have more options for where to place my feet. So pad also feels good. Well, it's kind of like right on my rear delts. So. Again, I mentioned this yesterday. I have another Another one of these machines that I think I'm gonna kind of, if I can sell that hack squat machine, reconfigure that area over there and put the other machine over there so it'll be set up dedicated for leg work. Okay. Then if I scooch forward a little bit more, puts my knees forward and a little bit more, I can get my a little more range of motion. Yeah. Definitely feeling that. Feeling that in my quads. It's good. My Titan machine also does hamstring curls, which I really like. I mean, you could do probably single leg hamstring curls on this, right? If you go like this, it's not bad, except my foot is hitting the bottom, hitting the floor. Yeah, I need to be probably standing on a block with this foot, which would put the pad probably closer to my ankle anyway. Right, that would be good. Might look into that. Having some sort of like platform to raise yourself up. I could move it whichever side I need. I like that. Do I have anything around here right now? I don't really have anything. A piece of wood right there. I could stack a couple plates. All right, I think for another day. Let's just go ahead and finish up this last round on this. I guess I still have time. I can get in some more. I would like to do hamstrings. Although, I don't know. Like I was stretching my hamstrings earlier, right? Is it counterproductive to be strengthening my hamstrings, doing hamstring curls? Is that, you would think that's tightening your muscle? I don't know. I don't want to just ignore hamstrings, when lifting. So, anyway, this really pulls my shirt. Okay. All right. There we go. It is almost like these handles are made like this, because this feels really comfortable. Actually, I think I have the pad lower this time. I don't know, that might have felt a little bit better. I think I had it up higher, like on my rear delts. This was down like between my rear delts and my lats, kind of like right below my shoulder blade. I don't know, play around with that. This pad too, probably can't see this, but it wraps around and then if it's not positioned correctly on my back, or it rolls while I'm doing it, it tends to roll to the crease. There's not really much, you can't really do much about that. And then your back is pushing the pad away, and you're losing the benefits of having padding back there. You know, if there's a way I could fix that so it doesn't rotate, I don't know. Okay. This is, I think, round 3, right? Okay. Alrighty. I am going to squeeze in a couple more exercises, another round. I'm more tired today. I don't think I mentioned this, but I had a pet visit last night, and so I didn't get back or didn't get to bed until probably 9:30, quarter 10, something like that. And I woke up at 4. I could feel it. I'm just not. I'm not as rested, so not much I could do about that. But anyway, I will switch over back to the leg area and do some more. I don't know if you can see this, but there's all the dog hair on the backrest of my hip thrust machine. Yeah, lots of dog hair. All right, so next 2 exercises are going to be hamstring curls on this Titan machine, and I'm going to do hip thrusts on my dog hair covered hip thrust. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see me doing that from this angle, but also have to be careful that the weights don't hit my curl bars. Okay. I love that. I love seated hamstring curls. I used to have a bench that you could do lying leg curls or laying leg curls, but I just didn't like it as much. I just prefer this over that. It's good to have both. I've thought about getting some attachment for one of my benches, but it's kind of redundant on the leg extension part, since I have that plate-loaded machine, this plate-loaded machine, and I also have the selectorized power body. Do I need another leg extension? I don't know. This machine is a little strange too, because I can buckle this, but even at, and I have tightened it, the belt, but even at its loosest, I don't think you could be very big and use this. So I don't know. This is Signature Fitness. Picked it up for, I think, $150. But, and again, not doing a ton of weight here. Don't even know if you can see. It's another one of those machines like the calf raise, seated calf raise, where you have to finish on the up part and then you know, put the support in that holds it up. So you got to finish on the up and not the down. I mean, you could finish on the down and then just kind of re-rack it after that. But I'm gonna keep the train rolling. I think the time says 6:28. So I'm gonna finish up in the next like 15 minutes. You know, it's funny on this. I was talking earlier about how my quads are weak or underdeveloped. I can do more weight on hamstring curls here than I can on leg extensions. And I don't know if that's supposed to be the case. I think it's supposed to be the other way around. Pretty sure your quads should be stronger than your hamstrings. So anyway, that's just an indication that I need to work on my quads more. Okie dokie. This was another awkward machine to find a place to put. Just weird footprint with the weights, and that's why I went with it. Ooh, sorry, I'm touching the mic. Why I went with it under the stairs here. It just seemed to work. Although I did realize my head was hitting this weight on the last set. Am I hitting both? Yeah. A couple other things about this machine. So there's a support. Where is it? I don't know where this, where the backrest part comes down. There was a rubber, like little plate, and I felt like I couldn't get as much of a full range of motion. So somebody else I bought something off had the same machine, and he did this. He took that plate off, just gave it a little bit more room on the downside. So I did that, but I also feel like I wish this foot plate was higher or adjustable, because then I could get, if my feet are up higher, I could get down lower. So I could always put. I think I was putting like a 2x4 on there. I might go back to doing that. But the other thing I really like about this, and I wasn't sure whether I would prefer this over just using like a barbell to do hip thrusts, or I don't know, they have other machines. But having the backrest, it's kind of a cheat, I think, for a hip thrust, because you can press on your back to help bring the weight up, right? So, I mean, I guess you can too if you're leaning on a bench, but it's different than with this pivot. It pivots, right? So I feel like you get more assistance with your back. But what I really like is that your butt is against the pad too, and that the feeling of that, you can really focus on tightening your glutes when you contract it. Anyway, long way to explain that. But I like that because I can really get like that mind muscle connection going. Anyway, round 3. I just noticed my knees weren't. I heard a little bit of clicking, but normally there's a lot more sounds coming from my knees on leg day. But I think that's a good sign. Get this out of the way and do one more set of hip thrusts. All right. I was thinking about while I was doing that, you know, this is definitely helping me record these videos because, yeah, I'm not feeling quite as motivated today. I'm tired, but I wanted to make a video, so I pushed through. I think I would have, if I weren't making a video, I would have stopped this workout probably, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, half hour. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up with some back extensions. And then I'm going to call it a day.